Welcome back. Time for us to check in with Dove's undercover agent, better known as the Republican strategist, Jim Dornan. We've known Jim for quite a while. He eats, walks, talks, and breathes politics.
Barely these days.
How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
I'm doing okay, Perry. How you been?
Good. Thanks for your time. We value it greatly. All right, we're into this day 345 million shutdown, and everybody's pointing the finger at each other. What's the real deal here from your perspective?
You know what? It's coming down to that age-old problem that Republicans and Democrats have, which is basically Obamacare. And they don't want, the Republicans want to get rid of it, and that's a done deal. They're not going to be able to do it, but they're holding on to these last vestiges of threats to do away with this or that part of it. And Democrats aren't going for it this time, unfortunately, and it's costing everybody. And they're both at fault. I mean, they're both at serious fault about this. And I don't know who's going to get blamed. I know what the poll numbers say, but, I mean, the election's a year and a half away, or a year and a month away, rather, and it'll be an interesting interesting year before the off terms.
Weren't those parts of Obamacare sunsetted anyway?
They were, and the reason that we're having this problem, without diving too deep into it, is that a lot of states did not make the necessary adjustments to Medicaid because they were Republican governors, and they didn't think that Obama would be lasting this long, frankly, and it has. And the ironic part of this, the guys and the men and women who are getting these subsidies that are the basis for this argument are mostly Republican voters. And so who knows where this is going to go? I mean, it's got so many different angles on it. It's just a mess right now.
Added to that, the Democrats now have decided not to allow the president to play the military. I mean, that's kind of adding a little gas to their own fire, isn't it?
Yes. So what's going on there is that the bill that funds everything in the military has been brought to the floor, and Democrats said, no, it's not going to happen. Thune has tried that. So what he's going to do maybe this afternoon is just a single bill that will pay military men and women. That may work, given that it's been kind of narrowed down so much. The other one would have funded weapon systems and Pentagon and everything else that goes within the military budget. Thune's newest bill, from what I understand, is going to deal directly with just military pay.
Isn't that a little bit of an incentive, though, for the Democrats to even vote that one down as a message to the president about using and federalizing the National Guard?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to vote no or yes for this. And all it turns into is a blame game that both sides use for the next 24-hour news cycle.
Senator Kennedy said, and I'm paraphrasing, I wish I had his wit, by the way.
He's a character.
He's a character. He said that he thinks that Senator Schumer will tell 7 Democrats to go ahead and pass the CR and let me use bad dog names on you for about a week, and then we'll all get back together and move forward. Do you think that's a strategy?
No, because as you know, in this town, nothing is a secret. And if that gets out to the Democratic base, they're going to go absolutely crazy like they did a year ago. And AOC will be filing for the Senate seat the next 24 hours. I guarantee it. He's just not going to be able to get away with it. He's dug in, and I think he's going to have to stay, just exactly what his position is. And they're going to have to come up with some kind of agreement on these subsidies. One of the other Democrats called them tax credits. I think, frankly, that's a better strategy than calling them subsidies, and see if they can get something worked out.
Now, you and I both know this is where Republicans get into trouble. And they start. Always,
I was going to say they're always blamed for shutdowns, no matter what.
Okay. And they start saying, well, what if we, and if they go down that road, how problematic is it?
I don't know. I think the Democrats have more at stake in this shutdown than the Republicans do. I mean, we've got, again, I think I bring this up every time we talk about the long-term impact of some of the stuff that Trump does. We've got the election in Virginia coming up, and this is going to be affected by that. The election's going to be affected by that because all the federal workers in Virginia. But I mean, I really just don't know. I mean, I hate to say that to you, Perry. I just don't know.
Okay. Virginia, the Attorney General there has said some pretty bad things, and yet, in spite of suggesting that his opponent gets shot and we shoot mega people, was able to rally some big names of support to come alongside. I mean, that's just about crazy on steroids, isn't it?
I can't believe it, to be honest with you. I mean, to me, as a political strategist or advisor, I would have advised the Democrat, Abigail Spamsberger, to just say, get out, buddy, get out. And there's been a ton of other horrible press items regarding people saying violent things in a political context. And I just don't get where this is coming from. And I think it goes to, where our discourse is politically in this country about how toxic it is. I mean, you had New York young Republicans tossing around 3,000 pages worth of emails talking about Hitler and how ovens aren't good enough for Trump's enemies. We need to be able to figure out a way to use the showers to do it. I mean, we had another candidate in Maine who actually used to bartend here in my neighborhood. He's running for Senate, former Marine, great guy, but had some awful texts from 3 years ago. I mean, I don't know. The state of our political discourse is just an absolute mess right now. And I mean, the guy in Virginia, to me, again, is very clear. He wrote some horrible things about shooting the Speaker of the House, who was the opposite, who was a Republican Party member, and watching his children die. I mean, how awful is that?
Well, I guess, are we immune to this stuff? I mean, to the point where people are going to come alongside and say, oh, well, they didn't really mean it, and they're not held accountable? I mean, you have a former CNN anchor yesterday saying, if ICE comes to your door, have a gun.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, I know. I saw that too.
Yeah.
It's gotten bad. I mean, it seems like we're immune to it here in D.C., but I'm wondering if the rest of the country is as well. I mean, it's not happening just here. It's happening, like I said, in Maine and New York and places all over the country. It's just
okay. Let me ask you this, Jim. The president, got the hostages back. Pretty interesting deal. I realize politics being what it is, but is he getting sincere appreciation from that in D.C.?
I believe so, and frankly, I've been a critic of the president, of course, but I think this is absolutely fantastic. He started it with the Abraham Accords, at the end of his first term. He kept the relationships, obviously, with his son-in-law, and I think that he used those relationships to have this happen. I mean, he made Netanyahu call the head of Qatar.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's pretty major if you think about it. Yeah. I mean, they bombed his capital, and Netanyahu calls and says, hey, I'm really sorry about that. So, I mean, I think Trump has done some very seriously good things in the Middle East, and I hope they do. I mean, there's some problems right now. They're minor, but I mean, Hamas has got to give up their arms, and they haven't yet. But I think eventually Trump is going to say, hey, you know what, do it or else.
The president continues to be challenged by lower district courts, and then it gets appealed to higher courts. And even though the Supreme Court weighed in and said these lower district courts shouldn't be doing what they're doing, but there doesn't be any consequences for keep doing it. But the big one's coming up, and that is the argument coming up in a couple of weeks before the Supreme Court relative to the president's authority relating to tariffs. Most pundits will say he will lose that. And that they expect the president to unwind tariffs between now and the time the arguments start to mitigate maybe the embarrassment of that loss. I don't know if I think I understand what I just said. Did you get it?
I did. And I will say, as a conservative, I am not for unlimited presidential power, A.
Yeah.
And B, I am definitely not, as a free market conservative, I'm definitely not a fan of tariffs. And again, I think I say this probably way too much and it hasn't happened yet, but I think prices are going to wind up going up. And I think that that's going to hurt Trump. So I think he should actually hope that the Supreme Court rules against him, in my opinion.
Right.
But I think it is key because presidential power is getting a little out of hand right now. And Republicans better remember they're not going to be in charge forever. And when the next Democrat president pulls the same stuff, they can't go crazy about it because they approved of this.
Yeah, well taken. Hey, good to see you. Thanks for being our undercover agent there.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Jim. God bless you. Good to see you in good health. Take care.
Have a great weekend, Perry.
All right.